Everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. We are back for the Championship Preview video, and for the first time going to try and do this live. Bit scary, no safety net, but that means that if you are a subscriber and you do pick up this feed, that you can get involved and give me a comment or a question as we go. New leaders last week. Leeds United going top of the tree, literally, with their 5th straight win, and it's a big, huge, lovely game at Villa Park this week. Leeds United go away to Aston Villa. I'm going to be at this game, so do check that one out. There'll be a match review up within an hour of the game. Leeds, 5 wins on the trot, all looking really good. It's just the injuries for them. Bamford was back last week and scored in the win at Bolton. Hernandez playing beautifully. They're still without Cooper, Dallas, Ayling, Berardi. Brown's being eased back in. So people are going to be coming back bit by bit, and they should have all of those back by January, we think. Villa, 7 unbeaten. They're coming to the end of their pretty tricky run. They seem to have played all the top teams in sort of a row. We're expecting this to delay their rise up the table. Solid top 6 team. I would have thought within, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks we'll see Villa in there. Bjarnason, Lansbury, Jedinak and Adoma should be returning, but vitally no Grealish for Villa this week. This should really be an interesting one. You've got the classic passing team versus the intense pressing team. Really hard one to call. Villa, 1 defeat at home all season. Leeds, best away record in the Championship. Does no Grealish put it in Leeds' favour ever so slightly? You know me, I'm going to sit on the fence with this one and say a draw. And look out for those amusing Sky TV chants from the Leeds fans. That's all I'll say. They were blanked out when Forest did them on Monday night at the East Midlands Derby. So I'm going for a draw there. Right, Rotherham versus West Brom. No, I've skipped one. See, this is the issue with doing this live. Very panicky, isn't it? Norwich, 2nd place. How could I miss out? Dear old Norwich. They go to Blackburn. Norwich, 10 unbeaten, but knocked off the top by the Leeds winning streak. And they've had a couple of draws in the last few games. Seems harsh to say that. Norwich still in superb form. 2 points per game. Still in automatic promotion form too. I don't know how close the injured guys are for Norwich. Hanley, Closer and Leitner, absolutely vital for them. Because if you look in the last 2 games, it's been Godfrey and Zimmerman at centre-back, 4 goals shipped. So Norwich will be really eager to see 1, 2 and hopefully all 3 of those guys back pretty soon. Now Blackburn, no Conway, no Bennett, the wide players for them. 1 win in the last 6, but Rovers unbeaten in the last 3. 1 defeat at home all season against Sheppard United. Prior to that, you're looking back absolutely miles and miles. AFC Wimbledon beating them back in September of 2017 at Ewood. They're very draw happy though. We know about Rovers, 10 already in this season. A lot depends on the missing Norwich 3. If any of them are back, I might change my tune. But without Hanley, Closer and Leitner, I think Rovers are draw happy. I think I'm going to go for Norwich to get another draw in this one. So Blackburn and Norwich to draw at Ewood. Right, let's do Rotherham now. Rotherham versus West Brom. I saw West Brom beat Sheffield United last week, and that seemed pretty significant. Like West Brom were going to be sort of replacing Sheffield United in that top 4 going forward. Now they're 5 points off Norwich in 2nd place, but this is the thing that you've got to worry about slightly if you're a Norwich or Leeds fan. It's Rotherham, Wigan and Sheppard Wednesday, the next 3 games for West Brom. So 20th, 16th and 18th in those 3 games. They seem to have married the vibrant attacking with a bit more of a solid basis at the back now, a bit more streetwise. West Brom looking good, I would say. Rotherham, they're still incredibly hard to beat. 2 defeats in 13. But in those 13 games, there's only been 1 win. During Sheppard United West Brom, I thought, you know, look at the difference in quality and disparity. So what does that mean when West Brom play Rotherham? Big difference in wage bill there, let's just say. If West Brom don't win, Rotherham have beaten Darby this season and drawn with Borough. It would be a brilliant performance by the Millers, but I've got to go away win, Rotherham hosting West Brom. On we go, 4th place, Darby versus Bristol City. I saw Lee Johnson on Monday night at Pride Park casing out Darby. Darby slogging out a 0-0 draw at home to Forest in a very kind of playoffy, tense type game. 10 points from the last 6 for them. They're going to be looking to stick a W in the column. Tom Lawrence probably a doubt. He went off in the second half of the game against Forest. Bristol City in standard Lee Johnson manner. 4 points of 2 points per game. So 8 points in the last 4 games after losing 4 on the bounce. And extra couple of days preparation. This could be a loopy, silly championship scoreline. But I think I'm going to go with the safe home win for Derby in this one. My team, Ipswich in 24th. They're up against those Blades that I saw last week as well. They're in 5th place. Sheffield United, they came up short against West Brom, but they punish the teams that are lower in the table. Against the bottom 10, they've still got Ipswich to play. 7 wins, 2 draws, with Ipswich the only remaining opponents there. Hello to Mr. Dorr, fellow YouTuber. Also hello to Ben, who's been commenting in. We are live today. Scary. Against the top 10 though, 1 draw and 6 defeats for the Blades. So different story. They may be flat track bullies. McGoldrick back to Portman Road for the first time. And I'm possibly expecting Wilder to go for this tactic of Washington and Lundstrom in for Sharp and Duffy. He's done that in the away games at Brentford and at Reading this past week. Ipswich finally getting their 2nd win of the season. No skews. It was a strange game against Wigan. I couldn't tell much. If you check out the Blue Monday podcast that we recorded yesterday, if you're Ipswich, there are bigger fish to fry in January when you've got Millwall coming, Rotherham coming, the cup game against Accrington, some winnable games there. This is going to be a difficult one. I'm hoping Ipswich can get another win soon, but I'm afraid, having seen a lot of Sheffield United, I don't see that happening this weekend. Possibly against QPR, we might see something. So I am going to go for an away win for Sheffield United, I hate to say. Reading versus Borough. Borough on their worst run of the season so far. 2 points from the last 4. And they put a pretty strong team out against Burton, although everyone's telling me that these games are all fixed in the League Cup. Anyway, and still lost 5 without a win. 3 goals in the last 5. However, again, another team like Sheffield United have a powerful record against this bottom rung of teams. Real big disparity, top versus bottom. We used to say in the Championship, you know, anything possibly can happen. Not this season, I'm afraid, with the bottom teams against the top. Reading, like everyone else down the bottom, cannot win. 4 draws, 2 defeats in the last 6. Goulding, last-minute equaliser for Rotherham last week. And I think they're really close to, I think Jose Gomez may well be hired today, but that probably won't make any impact on the game this coming weekend. I've done it and come a cropper the last couple of weeks. I'm going to back Pulis and Borough to bounce back and get the win at Reading. Forest versus QPR. I saw Forest on Monday. They looked really kind of bastardy and battle-hardened, real tough team. Still only 3 defeats this season and really steady, if not spectacular. Most draws in the league means that they still are 1 point off the playoffs. But if you're going to land in the playoffs, then being hard to beat is the key thing. QPR in 13th. They are the definition of middling. 9 wins, 4 draws, 9 defeats. Symmetry in the columns there means they are bang average when it looks at the form. They've got to be looking at the top half, having beaten high-flying Borough last week. McLaren has made Rangers stiff. Karanka has made Forest stiffer. I've got to go for a home win for Forest in that one. Hull, amazing Hull versus Swansea, 17th versus 9th. Inconsistent Swansea, Swansea's last 11. Lost, 1-1, lost, 1-1, lost, 1-1. All over the place, no consistency there. 4 points off the playoffs, but still look vastly unfinished. I think this is a 2 or 3 year project for Graham Potter there at Swansea. And they did have that horrible run of 3 games. They played Norwich, West Brom and Derby all in a row, all in 1 week. Lost all of them. Hull have been superb in the last 8. Hull have got to be the inspiration for the bottom teams, just surging out of there. Ben, you say Hull 2-1 win. I think I might be on the same page as you there. Brilliant inspiration for everyone down there. In these last 8 games, they've got the wins, 4 wins. They've got the clean sheets. They've got 12 goals. They're scoring. Fraser Campbell's scoring up front. Brilliant job by Atkins. Should be open, you would have thought. There'd be goals in it. Hull in good form. Swansea capable of scoring. Let's go for a draw in this one. Wigan versus Birmingham. Birmingham still nice and steady in 10th place. Hello, Max. The excellent match day with Max. Follow him on YouTube. Right down the middle for Birmingham last 6 games. 2 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats. They carry a big goal threat with Adams and Jukovic, both now 10 goals each for those. And Birmingham have scored in 13 of the last 14 games. So only Bristol City shutting them out in that run. I saw Wigan last week. They do get the ultimate badge of dishonour, as in losing to Ipswich. But you've got to give the mitigating factor of the weather. It was pretty awful there. They don't want to go on another losing run. They did have that draw-win-draw week, splitting up all these defeats. But it was 4 straight defeats after that. Before that, rather, and 2 defeats on the trot now. Massey and Dunkley possibly back. Powell and Jacobs not around still. I see trouble for Wigan in this one. Birmingham, a stiff old team to play against. I'm going to go for an away win for Birmingham in this one. Birmingham to beat Wigan. I know they've got that good home record, but Birmingham are a stiff old team. Stoke versus Millwall. Stoke in 11th, Millwall in 22nd. Stoke 9 and unbeaten. I keep saying slow and steady. Too slow with their climb. That said, 2-2 draw at Villa for Stoke was impressive last week. Although we know about Stoke, they'd far rather be counter-attacking than pushing the game on themselves. 5 points off the playoffs. Too many draws, period, in this division. Here, someone's thrown up a 0-0 there, John. I might be onto something there. Millwall 7 without a win. I'm sure they prefer a team as well that would come out and play against them so they can get those quick attacks that they became noted for last season going, get their swarm on. It's not going to happen with Rowett. This is not a good matchup for Neil Harris. I think Stoke might be able to pick them off in this one. So I'm going to go for Stoke to stay unbeaten. I'm going to go for a home win for Stoke. Sheppard Wednesday versus Preston. Wednesday in 18th, Preston in 15th. Preston have bounced back beautifully after that horrible defeat against Birmingham. Impressive win at Forest, 3-2. They beat Millwall last time out. They're still without Robinson, but Alan Brown, very, very impressive. It is 3 goals and 2 assists in his past 5 games coming from midfield. 23 points in the last 12 for Preston. That's a long period to be in good form, but their terrible start is still hanging them back in the bottom half. Sheppard Wednesday looks awful there. Some interesting quotes from their owner, not understanding some choice British insults that he's been receiving. Lahukai stormed out of the press conference this past week after the game against Swansea. 5 points in their last 10 games. And this is what I'm saying about the bottom. That one win over Bolton is massaging the figures because nobody else has won down the bottom there. So that's kept them 5 points off the relegation zone, although they're 18th. Looks like an away win all day long, this one. Preston to beat Sheppard Wednesday. At Hillsborough, last one. Brentford in 19th versus Bolton in 23rd. We always seem to get a standard big game at the bottom. It's Bolton travelling to Brentford this week. The two teams are bottom of the form table for the last 6 games. So Brentford 1 win in 16, Bolton 12 without a win. Neither of these teams can win, period, at the moment. Brentford's 1 win did come against Millwall, so it proves they can beat a lower team at Griffin Park there. But I keep saying it, no one's winning at the bottom, and all these big games seem to be ending in draws down the bottom there. So I am going to go for a very unhelpful draw for everybody concerned. Right, this was very, very nerve-wracking. The first time we've gone live. Thank you to everybody who put little comments in. They flash up as you go. It's incredibly hard to follow everything and stick to your script. So let me know if you enjoyed the live video. Might be better for the Q&A type videos, but we shall see when the comments come back what you thought. I'm going to be at 2 games this week. Ipswich, Sheffield United, so look out for a review of that one. Thanks, Chris. If it was nerve-wracking, it came over well. Thanks, Villa, till I die. Yeah, I'm all over the place here. Camera, laptop, and comments down there. Follow me on Twitter, at Benjamin Bloom. Like I said, Ipswich, Sheffield United match review will be up at, I don't know, about 6 o'clock on Saturday night. And Villa Leeds will be 1:30 kickoff, I don't know, 4 o'clock we'll have that up. Blue Monday podcast, thanks Ben, thanks John. Blue Monday podcast will be up. That might delay the Championship review to Monday night. But hey, it's Christmas, I'm on holiday. I should be able to do it. The only issue now is how the hell you get out of live recording on your iPad. We'll find out how to do that in a sec, probably if I press this button up here. Thank you everybody for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and we will see you very soon. Over and out, hopefully.